Right, this is going to be the soccer game. This is one of the more bizarre games from the 1980s. Apparently made by New Era Software, although they also call themselves Wizard Games in the instructions, so I'm not really sure what the relationship was. Wizard Games also made some other very strange games. There's one called Rockstar, in which you were a rock star and you could take a lot of drugs, and it showed the screen in a very psychedelic mode. And they also made a game to do with greyhound racing. So this was the first soccer game. The team names are real, but the player names are not. That was changed for the soccer game too, when they had real names. So here's your setup. It's quite basic. In those days, teams didn't have many players. You have a backup team. So there's a lot of humorous elements here. The physio always says funny things such as, "I want more money." One of the more insightful things he says is, if you can't stand losing, don't play this game, because I and anyone I know has never been able to win at this game. There's the assistant. Really, that's just for a bit of admin. He doesn't like the physio. Impy is the name of the physio, says Impy is no good. The scout, you can ask him to get a player for you, and it's very seldom he actually finds a player. When he does, it's usually not someone you've asked for either. But if you ask him to get one, he usually says, "I almost had a deal with the York City manager," or someone like that. Then finances, which is a big part of this game. Now, you are always short on money in this game. You can sell shares, which I don't think any other football manager game has this system. That's one way of making money. You can take out a loan, but they're always at 20% interest, so that's not a good idea. Or you can gamble. Let's do some gambling. Right, let's play the match. And I have drawn, which means I have lost that money. You always start in the 4th division, no matter which team you pick. You can scroll through and see which teams were in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th division in those days. Of course, this predates for Premiership. But it's interesting to see who was up in the 1st division in those days. And you can see there, I've lost money, which is just typical for this game. It's very, very difficult to get any money, and because you can't get any money, then you usually can't buy any new players. Sometimes they're not interested in joining Leeds United, which is very hurtful. Oh, he's better. Let's have him. And then rearrange the squad. And let's have a gamble. And of course, don't forget the physio's views. Morbid thoughts you definitely don't want to hear. And oh, I have won £250 from betting on this match. Well, even despite that though, massive loss because I've bought a player. And if a player gets injured, then you have no choice but to take them off. Problem is that now I'm not playing for 3-3 or 4-4-2, and it does say in the help system that if you don't play one of those two systems, you are probably going to lose most of your games. I think that's just how it's programmed. So now we have 3-3-4. Yes. So anyway, we did at least manage to get Cork as Young Player of the Month, which is one of my greatest achievements over Soccer Game 1. That's all for now. Next we'll have a look at the Soccer Game 2, which was a bit easier to make progress in.